This Thursday night football props edition of the Sports Gambling Podcast is presented by Wynn Bet. Bet $100 at Wynn Bet and get a $100 free bet. Head over to sportsgamblingpodcast.com/WynnBet. That's sportsgamblingpodcast.com/WYNNBET to claim your free bet today.
Hey everybody, Jim McMahon here, and you're listening to SGPN. Let it ride.
Cox.
He's one of those guys who will get penetration.
Welcome everyone to the Sports Gambling Podcast. I'm Sean, stacking the money green with my partner in picks, Ryan, Real Money Kramer. What's happening, Kramer?
Dog.
Sup, dude? Like my throwback over here.
Yes, Ryan is wearing a throwback, an unofficial Washington football team shirt. Remind the audience the story behind your WFT shirt.
I don't even remember. Was I trying to impress Joey T?
I think it may have been. I think you're talking with Joe Theismann about how you couldn't get I don't know. What was the whole concept?
I think it was something we were impressed that he was willing to talk to us about Lawrence Taylor breaking his leg. And maybe Andrew Robb was involved. I don't know. All I know is that we hand painted by one of the kids. So
I was gonna say it looks better than your artwork, and I was trying to figure out who actually put it together.
This is way cooler than Commanders.
All right, we got a lot to talk about. We're doing a bonus Thursday night football props.
Well, real quick,
episode.
Colby left a note though for this show. He wanted to know what the fuck is a commander anyway.
We still have not gotten that answer.
Greatest bit going on the internet.
Who are the Commanders? We're about to find out come this Thursday when Commander Carson comes to the Windy City. Little nugget there. Windy City actually isn't about the winds in Chicago. It's all the hot air coming out of those politicians. That's where the nickname came from. Hey, sportsgamblingpodcast.com/WynnBet. Have you gone over there yet? If not, what is stopping you? First off, bet $100, get a $100 free bet. Perfect for putting together a same game parlay, aka Win Build Your Own Bet. We will be giving out our own Win Build Your Own Bets later on in the show for Thursday night football. Again, head over to sportsgamblingpodcast.com/WynnBet. Offer subject to change. Terms and conditions at wynnbet.com. Must be 21 or older and present in the state where playthrough WynnBet is available. You or someone you know has a gambling problem, call 1-800-522-4700. There you go. Pumped up, ready for football. Right.
If I conducted a band, like a middle school or high school band, 100% we would be playing this. And
just have them play, all the different songs from NFL primetime. Who wouldn't enjoy that? The crowd would be going nuts.
You'd get dads wanting to show up for the concert at the end. They're just like Freudian, like, whoa, football on? What's going on here?
We got a lot of stuff to get to before we are joined by our guest, Chicago Bears insider Ryan. We do have two new sound drops. One courtesy of the great and all powerful Jong Lee himself, clipped it of Michael Irvin's reaction. I think this is when he was going off about how great how great Jalen Hurts' quote was about, hey, we have to be the thermometer, not the thermometer. And he completely messed it up. I messed it up a little bit even, but basically setting the temperature instead of taking the temperature. But
he really screwed it up because he leaned into the thermometer. He goes, whoa.
Yeah,
and it's like, well, wait a second, you want to be up the ass?
His reaction is so great, and I think this is from that similar clip. But this could apply to a lot of situations.
I said, "Oh God, this is ugly. This is ugly. What is going on?"
Can you turn that up at all?
No, I can't. Right. Ryan,
play it again.
I'll turn the board up.
No. I'll just play it again. I can do it over here.
Okay.
I said, "Oh God, this is ugly. This is ugly. What is going on?"
Oh God, this is ugly. What is going on?
If you played that for me blind, I would. Michael Irvin, like honestly, Michael Irvin would have been on the list of like 10 names I would have guessed.
And then we got another one, Ryan. This is courtesy of Greg, one of our PR guys. Great find. And
he also shout out to Greg he hooking up Brandon Jacobs. So
yeah,
this was beautiful though. This was Kirby Smart, head football coach of Georgia after the narrow victory in Missouri.
And shame on the audience for not sending this over, but Greg,
before
Greg
you play
picked
it,
up your slack.
we get an email, like professional work email, like, hey, ashamed to give this to you guys, but I feel like there's a sound drop in there and then gives the exact time code of what it says.
Beautiful.
You know, sometimes penetration can hurt you.
Oh boy.
You know, sometimes penetration can hurt you.
He's one of those guys who will get penetration.
So shout out to Kirby Smart making the soundboard.
We need a whole penetration page.
Yeah. All right, let's get to it. Let's talk some Thursday night football, Ryan. Joining us on the line, you know him from Old Fashioned Football on the SGPN Fantasy Football podcast feed, Mr. Justin Mark. What's up, Justin?
Hey, how's it going, guys?
Well,
doing great.
We're here talking about another riveting Thursday night football game.
Yeah, a lot of people thought Broncos, Colts. Some thought it was one of the greatest games ever to be played. Of course, Colby being one of those people.
Well, as a comic, Sean, is it good to have someone bomb in front of you?
Yeah. You're setting the bar so low that this Commanders Bears game will likely exceed it as far as.
But the room's also really angry. So if it's another dud, like we could have Amazon could be catching with heat for Thursday night football sucking.
That would be great if Thursday night football took down Amazon.
Fire Bezos.
that was what totally took down his empire there. I almost wanted to. Now we're going to be giving out some props, first touchdowns, and win build your own bet. But I honestly I did consider throwing out no touchdown once again. But I was like, there's no way it's going to hit back to back.
But remember, we had 2 Super Bowls in a row where the safety hit. So.
That's true too. So maybe we're on for a streak here. Justin, if people have missed it, if they haven't checked it out, they certainly are missing out. But walk us through the concept of Old Fashioned Football.
Yeah, so it's fantasy football show. We talk a lot of fantasy football, and everybody has told me that I am not the star of the show, and I'm perfectly okay with that. The star of the show being my wife. She's feisty. If you didn't listen to this week's episode, just ask her how she feels about me forgetting to put an orange in her old fashioned because we do drink an old fashioned. I made one for this show too. We drink an old fashioned while we're doing the show, and then we review a whiskey towards the end of the show. But tune in for your waiver wires. We go over market movers, which is kind of tracking target share percentage, studs and duds, injury report. I mean, we touch base on a lot of different things.
I hope your wife's not doing the stud section.
Sometimes she does.
Hopefully you don't end up in the duds.
Stay away from
Justin.
Lamar. Stay away from Lamar, honey.
If I keep forgetting to buy an orange, I will. Be in the dud section,
end up on her duds list. Well, and shout out to Justin. Really a genius idea. You're combining talking about fantasy football with drinking free whiskey and also knocking out quality time with your wife. So it's like everything you have to do in 1 week, you figured out how to, work. It's really quite the amazing pitch. So shout out to you.
It's like playing golf with your wife. Like if you can work that shit out, it checks some extra boxes, you know?
I took my wife to the driving range once and she was just like, this is a no for me. I go, all right.
Perfect.
Yeah. Sometimes you don't have to do everything together, but yeah, the show is very good, very fun. If you like whiskey fantasy football, which again, you probably do if you're listening to this show now. Justin, we brought you on not only promote Old Fashioned Football, but also you're a diehard Chicago Bears fan. Bit a weird season for the Bears. I mean, I know the national look on the Bears was they were going to be horrible. They have not been horrible, but certainly haven't been great. The offense very conservative, I guess you could say. Bad is another adjective, but what's your take on the Bears so far this season?
Conservative is underselling it for sure. Yeah, it has been weird. This is obviously a rebuild year. There's no question about that. But a lot of reports also coming out from actual Bears insiders about the development that Eberflus is doing with players, with younger players. So I think there's a lot to be positive about, even though we've had some games where we look like we don't know what we're doing, right? I don't know if Fields is the guy. I'm going to keep believing in Fields, but you're also talking to somebody who argued with people about Jay Cutler, argued with people about Mitch Trubisky. So I'm a diehard fan. I'm going to support my quarterback. I told you guys before the show, I'm wearing his jersey for luck, not for my luck, for his luck. It's to try to give him some good luck because he needs it. He needs it right now.
Yes.
Look, the Giants' loss is not looking as bad in hindsight. I mean, the juggernaut over here.
And they eked one out against the Texans. They took down the mighty 49ers. But yeah, I mean, the Bears, I don't know. They're an interesting team. They're almost kind of like the Falcons in some ways, where it's like, they're hanging around, getting a couple wins. They have moments where you can kind of talk yourself into them. I mean, the Packers loss was bad. But other than that, it's all been like 1-score game. So I think there's, I don't know. I wouldn't call it optimism. I need to see a little bit more Justin Fields development before I'm fully on board, but maybe this is the week. This is certainly sets up to be a good matchup, I think, for the Bears. I know, and we'll get to it on the picks podcast as well, but looks like the Bears are getting number 1 cornerback Jalen Johnson back and N'Keal Harry, which I don't know what N'Keal Harry is going to add right away, but certainly good to be getting Jalen Johnson.
I mean,
back.
I made jokes about N'Keal Harry being wide receiver 1 in the offseason. The Giants could use N'Keal Harry right now.
Oh yeah, he's no Marcus Johnson, who was working night shift at Amazon.
I mean, but everyone's making the excuses for Fields about where are the pass catches.
Oh, I don't hear anyone making excuses for Fields.
They're not doing that because he's not good on the whiteboard.
This guy's making excuses. For
yeah,
Fields.
that's right.
Slow process.
Local Bears and diehard fans, I'm sure are gonna. But this is a good shot spot for Justin Fields. Got to show up. Kramer, we're gonna give out 3 of our favorite props. You kick it off. What do you got?
Oh, we're not going to do first touchdown first.
Okay. Go give out your first touchdown.
We can do props.
No, give out your first touchdown.
You want to do props? We'll do props.
No, we'll give out your first touchdown.
All right. Come on.
It's a brand new format. We always give out the props first, but I like mixing it up.
Okay. Bears. All right. So of course, reminder, I did hit the last game. I'm heating back up. Devontae Adams. I told you the price was wrong. All right, so this week we're going to take the unit. We're going to chop it up 4 ways. Got to play Justin Fields. Last time we played him, he hit at 20 to 1. He's down to 10 to 1.
Still a good price.
Still fine, right? He's the 4-digit mark is where you want to hope to be with these running guys. Bears defense at 30 to 1 is my other play with Carson Wentz out there. I mean, at this point, Heineke needs to be. When do we see Heineke? I think we see Heineke before Howell, but
really.
Maybe it's after this week. You get the long little mini bye. I think we're going to see Heineke before how. And then on the other side, give me Brian Robinson's getting the ball if they're inside the 10-yard line. He's 11 to 1. That's a huge discount for a guy who will be the goal line back this week. And the Commanders defense 35 to 1. I was surprised to see that the Commanders defense was a better price than the Bears. I mean, it's not like Justin Fields has been doing much better than Carson Wentz in terms of.
And what did you say you had the Bears at, Ryan?
Bears were 30 to 1.
Okay.
Commanders were 35 to 1.
All right. So yeah, I'm with you on Fields. Obviously 10 to 1. You got to play that. Bears as well at 30 to 1. I'm going for the Commanders. Give me Logan Thomas at 14 to 1. Coming off a 5 reception game where he's seen 74% of the snaps. Like, he's slowly getting involved more and more. Jahan Dotson has been out. Now that's created opportunities for De'Ami Brown. Had a big game. It looks like Dotson's going to be out again with dealing with the hamstring issue.
Sounds like he'll be out for a extended amount of time.
Yeah. I'm throwing 40 to 1 on Cam Sims, who was out there for 59% of the snaps, getting a couple catches.
He made an insane laid out catch last week too.
Yeah, no, I like. I mean, again, 40 to 1 for a receiver that's probably going to be out there for a decent chunk of the game, I think is a pretty good price. So Cam Sims 40 to 1, Logan Thomas 14 to 1, Bears defense 30-1, and Justin Fields 10-1. What about you, Justin? What do you got for first touchdown bets?
Yeah, so I'll co-sign the Fields and the Brian Robinson. The other two I had, this offense runs through David Montgomery because nothing else seems to work for them. So David Montgomery, he's around 6-1, it looks like. So I really like that price. When they get in there, they give him the ball. And then I think the Commanders are going to have success passing the ball on the Bears. So it was kind of a pick your poison for their receivers because they get a lot involved. But I went with Curtis Samuel. He's not been super quiet, but he's been quieter these past couple games. I think they get him involved again, and he's sitting at 9-1. So I like Curtis Samuel there for their receivers.
Love it. Yeah, I mean Curtis Samuel's
he seems to be the guy that like runs the routes that Wentz can throw comfortably.
Yeah. Wentz he's so hit and miss. It's pretty crazy as far as like his ups and downs. Ryan, everyone has been, we haven't talked about it yet on the show, but the Commanders have released a song. You've seen these before, like these team songs. They have a rap song that's been making the ways around, and the internet has not been kind to it. But let's take a listen, enjoy for ourselves here.
No, wait a second, I muted it. Hold on. All right.
Something about some good friends. Back in the day, RFK was our palace. If you don't know, you need to ask about us. Think we're gonna lose? Well, I can't believe you doubt us. Had the whole crowd screaming, "We want Dallas."
Okay, I like that.
Those haters can't stand us. Left hand up. Who are we? Commanders.
It's kind of sad. Like it looks like they filmed this at a retirement home, and they threw up some banners. They just. I mean, between selling the merch with the silhouette of the state of Washington on it.
That was pretty hilarious.
It's like they outsource shit and just have zero fucks to give.
No oversight. And breaking news, shout out to the YouTube chat for checking up on me. Logan Thomas just ruled out. I didn't.
What?
Yeah, I had no idea he was even that banged up. So I'll pivot. Give me John Bates. Wow. And they've already adjusted the price to 15-1. He is the backup tight end in Commanderville, who actually was getting some looks in the Tennessee game. 3 catches, 39 yards. And he was out there for a decent amount of the snaps. They were running a lot of 12 personnel, but the fact that Logan Thomas is out makes me like Bates so much more. John Bates, 15-1, first touchdown for your Washington Commanders.
And that's a radio professional right there. Just the easy in stride pivot. No need to swap the ball over to the left hand. Just keep on running. All right.
Trevor in the YouTube chat pointing out point spread song over this any day. Research Flat Earth asking, is this song a parody? It certainly has parody singing quality.
It has parody vibes. It looks like, I'm not kidding. It looks like it was filmed in like not a nice, like it has the tile ceilings that you would see in like a school or something, or a retirement.
A nice little drop ceiling, Ryan.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. Let's get to the props before we do that. Shout out to Fubo TV. That's right. Maybe you're wanting to watch Thursday night football. Oh wait, that's on Amazon. I'll start that again. Hey, shout out to Fubo TV, home of college and pro football. You got the NFL Red Zone, games in 4K at no extra charge. Over 100 channels of live sports and entertainment for a fraction of the price of cable. Watch on all your devices, never miss a game or an episode of your favorite shows. The cloud-based DVR. Fubo is great though, honestly. We added it on God's Eye. Make sure we never miss a snap. Fubo TV is free for 7 days and you get 15% off your first month. Just go to FuboTV.com/SGP. That's FUBOTV.com/SGP to get started today. And of course, Odds Trader, baby. Odds Trader is the place to compare odds from all the major books. Get the best sign-up codes and promos. It has a bet tracker, so you can keep track of all your bets, handicapping, play-by-play updates, key game stats, player stats, weather. They have it all. Just go to oddstrader.com/Blue Wire. That's ODDS trader.com/Blue Wire. Odds Trader, the #1 site for all your game day bets. Kramer, kick it off. What is your first Thursday night prop bet?
All right. Justin Fields over 13.5 yards, longest rush.
Okay.
So I was looking at the rushing attempts prop of 7.5, which he's gone over every game but one this year. It's just too juiced. It was up to like -145. So slight pivot here. It's Thursday night. It's prime time. If you're Justin Fields, you got to show out the only way you know how, and that's running the fucking ball. I expect to see a big play. He unfortunately had one that was called back. Yeah. He is an electric runner. I mean, if he could throw, he would resemble Dan Jones. I think maybe that would be his ceiling. So the athleticism there, he's on par with Dan Jones though. So it's fun to watch him when he's out striding. He is a big guy too. I mean, he lays some wood on those DBs. So 13.5, a curious number considering the Washington defense has been leaky this year.
Yeah, I'm with you. I'll just pick up one of my props. I went total rush yards over 42.5. Because I'm with you. I think he's going to have a decent number of attempts. It seems to be a big part of their offense, designed and not designed. He's hit over this number the last 3 games fairly easily. And your point, he had a big run against the Vikings. They called back. It seems to be a decent part of their offense. And I can see a lot of 3rd and longs. Hey, he drops back. He's a tough guy to spy too. So yeah, give me Justin Fields over 42.5 rush yards. Justin, what's your first prop, and what do you think about Fields as a runner this week?
Well, first of all, I wish I could say more about the Dan Jones comparison, but we let him run for 2 fucking touchdowns against us, so I can't even talk shit about it. God, I would have rather had Barkley run for him, obviously. No, I was right there with you. That was the first one I put. Look, our receivers suck. It's been depressing to see the decline of Darnell Mooney. So they can't get open, or the line can't protect. Maybe both. I don't know. But Fields runs around like a maniac. He's gone over 42.5 the last 3 games. So yeah, I'm definitely there on the over rush yards. He's going to be the one that has to keep this team moving, and he's going to do that with his legs. So yep, cosign.
Carson, is it just free? I'm sure we're all on this one, or at least Sean and I are. Carson Wentz to throw a pick.
Oh yeah,
over a half. It's only -120. Again, what are these books doing? Stafford. It's just like the Stafford prop. You got to price Carson Wentz closer to -200.
-130.
Zach Wilson was -240 the other week.
Yeah, what are we looking at? Yeah, that's crazy that he was that high. Yeah, so I'm over a half interception at -130.
There's not much to say here.
No,
the fact that he's still being run out there too.
He's thrown 6 this season. And the Bears have had 5 interceptions. He's thrown a pick 4 out of his 5 games.
Jalen Johnson's back.
His coach called him out and said, "What was the issue? That it was the quarterback." I mean, come on. He does not. He self-destructs when faced with adversity. We know this about Carson Wentz. And these quarterbacks just keep throwing picks on Thursday Night Football. Just play both quarterbacks over a half interception, both quarterbacks over 1.5 field goals.
Maybe not Fields. He might not throw enough, right?
Yeah. I mean, Fields only has what is he? His over under attempts is 23.5. It's funny. They are neck and neck for turnover worthy percentages, but yeah, so we're both on obviously Carson Wentz over a half interception. What about you, Justin? What's your next prop?
So I got a Carson Wentz prop. I did not go with the interception one. I went with over passing, 220.5 passing yards. Look, for all the things you can say about Carson Wentz, if you look at it from a fantasy perspective, he's 8th ranked. And yeah, he's throwing a lot of interceptions, but he's also throwing a lot of yards. Our defense tends to play that defense where we'll give you a lot of yards from the 20 to 20, and then we get a little tougher. So, and we just got done making Kirk Cousins, at least in that first half, look amazing. So I definitely think Wentz exceeds this 220.5 passing yards on us. I think that's the Commanders' only chance to beating us. I'll throw it out there. That's their only chance to beating us is throwing the ball. So yeah, I'm on the over for Wentz passing yards.
Wow, look at this, Ryan, going against his own team. Carson Wentz. Oh, what? Although aren't you guys okay against? I mean, you're an interesting. I think you're only average. Averaging allowing like what 200 yards per game defensively.
Yeah, the defense has been impressive for kind of a bunch of no name. I mean, we have good names there, but there's a lot of no name pieces as well. But I think this is going to be a higher scoring game than the books think, because it's down to what 37.5. And so I definitely think that's the way they're going to move the ball on us. Even if it's those little slant dink and dunk passes, their receivers can make some plays, and they run a lot of 3 receiver sets. So I don't think we have the defensive backfield to cover all of them adequately.
It's interesting because if you dive into this game, as much as people can easily say it's going to be a gross game, both teams have had weak. I mean, honestly, like I think the Bears actually might this might be the random Justin Field. Like might be a game we're talking about Justin Fields passing the ball a bit. Washington can stop the run. They can't stop the pass. And so if you're ever going to play overs for Justin Fields passing yards, maybe his receivers receiving yards, this might be it. Cause there is a good matchup in front of them. For me, third prop, Sean, Brian Robinson over 11.5 carries.
Yeah, he had 9 in his first game back.
He's good. That was the test drive. Now they fully deploy him. I mean, say what you will about him being brought out last in the intros the last game, but that means something. I mean, usually it's the quarterback.
Did you see the song he came out to when they introduced him?
Some 50 Cent song.
Yeah, I assume many men wish death upon me. Okay. That's pretty badass to come back. I mean, would have been a little more badass if you ran for more than 22 yards.
Well, I'm not playing yardage though. I'm just saying volume.
I'm with you. I think he's going to see a decent amount of the workload. Like that was 9 carries was them easing him in. He's clearly before he got shot. He had won the job on the same day that he gets robbed at gunpoint and shot up. It was a horrible day for him. Obviously, just horrible like twist of fate. But if you're Ron Rivera and you want to send a message to this locker room, what better a message of like, hey, the dude who just got shot, he's carrying the workload. What's your excuse, Jahan Dotson? Your hamstring hurts. I mean, if Jahan Dotson misses more time than Brian Robinson. If I was any head coach, I would just keep comparing any injury to Brian Robinson Jr. Oh, your knee hurts. You know who else's knee hurt? Yeah, Brian Robinson when he got robbed and shot at gunpoint. You think you can buckle up and play? Like, it's just a great message to the team. For me, and this is a guy I have some shares of in best ball, hasn't been doing much because they're just not throwing the football. Darnell Mooney under 3.5 receptions. He has 10 catches this year. I don't, if you're completing 15 passes a game, to get to 4 completions is kind of tough. He did do it once against the Giants, but other than that, it's just been like 2, 1, 3, 2. I think inherently there's volume on every sort of reception prop they offer for the Bears taking the under, because you can only, with 15 completions, like they can only place these numbers so low. So under 3.5 receptions for Darnell Mooney. I mean, Justin, am I off on that? Like why are they not getting him the ball more? I don't get it.
It baffles me. His decline has just been incredible because he looked good last year. He looked really good. Whether that was Justin Fields or whoever throwing to him, he looked good. He looked like a main part of the offense. And then that's kind of gone out the window. I have no reason why they aren't trying to scheme plays to get him involved, because he is a good player. So yeah, I agree with you. I like that under. That's a good one.
It's almost like
I went a little different way. I know you said you didn't think they could run the ball on the Commanders, who are allowing 110 a game, but Montgomery is a beast, and maybe you kind of zig a little bit and take his receiving over instead, because we've seen when it's 3rd and long, they do like to just dump it to him and see if he can do something. But I went over 62.5 rushing yards. I think they're going to try to pound the ball a lot. And they're the 5th ranked offense in rushing yards. Some of that is Fields, but a lot of that is Montgomery. So it's what we kind of do well, run the ball. It's all we do well right now, right? So I'm going to take Monty over on the rushing carries or rushing yards there.
So I feel bad for him, you know.
Now, where are you?
I posted a screenshot. Another.
Listen how quickly Ryan has gotten so cocky now that the Giants are 4-1. I feel bad for these Bears fans, you know.
Right.
I gotta. So we're just random. We're talking about football randomly, and so then like restart the conversation. Say sorry about the Bears. Must be annoying to have to deal with that bullshit offense the Packers run. So much offensive PI. And then his response is typical. And then he just goes head first. Fields isn't being used properly. I'm glad they never drafted Mahomes. Otherwise, they would have robbed the world of his greatness.
That is an all-time Bears fan take. We don't deserve Patrick Mahomes.
Oh,
That's pretty good.
That's a great response there. J Mark, where are you on the Montgomery Khalil Herbert? Because as an outsider, I keep going, Montgomery's fine, but Khalil Herbert, man, that guy is explosive. He just seems way more fun. Am I just crazy or is Montgomery more consistent and underrated?
So I think Montgomery is better there because he can catch the ball. I'm not saying Khalil can't catch the ball, but he's not utilized in the passing game. I mean, Ryan, you're a Virginia Tech guy. I think he had like 10 catches his senior year, but other than that, probably 3 or 4 a year. He just doesn't catch the ball. And I think they need a running back that can catch the ball. And that's why Montgomery is so valuable. We've also seen the same thing this year that we saw last year. Montgomery gets hurt. Khalil Herbert comes in and has a great game. And then when Montgomery's healthy again, they give the ball to Khalil on some plays and he doesn't do well. He doesn't run for as many yards. He doesn't have the same average. And I think it's because he's a little predictable because he's not utilized in that passing game.
I mean, same in college, but he's like insanely good at reading blocks. And so the reason he needs more carries is he's eventually going to get the right combination of blocks and break a big one. He's one of those like zone running backs where he just finds that gap every time. But to your point, he just doesn't have hands.
Yeah, though I specifically remember because I take note of everything Kramer says against the Bears. And if I look at my notes here, he said that why are they drafting Khalil Herbert? What's he going to do? Take part in special teams? Like you were very against that pick when they made it.
Huh.
Deep Kramer cut from the log.
Well, he's a Fuente guy. He was a transfer in. He was, if I'm not mistaken, he transferred in from Kansas State.
He did. Yep.
Look at that.
Kansas, I think, but yeah.
Oh yeah, you're right. It was Kansas.
Yep.
Fuck Fuente.
All right, time for everyone's favorite, the Wynn Build Your Own Bet. And of course, go to sportsgamblingpodcast.com/WynnBet to build your own bet. I'll kick it off. Let's go. I'm going to say Chicago -2.5 right now. Wynn has it as a pick. So, get a little extra juice there with the -2.5. I'm going to take Justin Fields over 50 rush yards. And then I'm going to take Carson Wentz to throw 2 interceptions or more.
Ooh.
2 or more interceptions plus 1,200. There you go. Let's go. Kramer, what do you got?
So I went pretty simple this week. I didn't nothing crazy, just plus 650. So what's that, like a 12.5 point dog?
I mean,
not.
Let me get the small dog.
You motherfucker. All right, let me juice it up a little bit. All right, how's 10-1?
Okay, there you go. You got to go double digits.
This feels really real, really real. All of these things have happened the last 2 games. 205 or more passing yards for Justin Fields. Sorry, this was only the last game. He went over that number. 50 plus receiving yards for Mooney. That's happened the last 2 games. 45 plus rushing yards for Fields. That's happened the last 3 games. And 1 interception from Carson Wentz. That pays 10-1.
Okay.
That's happened the past couple games as well. I think 3.
All right, 10-1. What do you got, J Mark?
So mine's 11-1. Real quick to hijack. In the chat, Nick Fortune, one of the listeners of Sports Gambling Podcast, it is his birthday. So happy birthday, Mr. Fortune.
Big fan of the show. Shout out to you, Nick Fortune.
Yeah, he likes to bust balls. Happy fucking birthday.
He is a ball buster.
This fucking guy.
It is funny, the guy who gets his balls busted also looking for a birthday shout out. Happy birthday, Nick. The cake's
what should we give him for his
in
birthday?
the mail.
Yeah.
So look, I tweeted this out. We talked about it on Old Fashioned Football, but Justin Fields leads the league in yards per completion. Now, as Miranda, my co-host, was quick to point out, that's because we don't have many completions. So I get that. But he is good for big chunk plays. So I got Fields over 25 passing yards, Montgomery over 50 rushing yards.
Fields, like longest passing play
longest
over
pass.
25.
Yep, sorry.
Okay,
Wait, I can do that.
Yep.
Hold on, let me juice mine up.
Yeah, longest pass over 25 yards. Montgomery over 50 rushing yards. Terry McLaurin, they got to get him involved, over 35 receiving yards. And with both these teams having this up and down quarterback, I think we're going to see a lot of field goals. So I like both teams over 1.5 field goals. See a lot of drives fizzling towards the red zone there, and then the Bears money line because we are actually pretty decent in primetime. So give me that, and it's 11-1.
Like
that
it.
was an all-time almost Bears moment right
there. Yeah,
you
perfectly froze there for a second, J Mark.
As you were picking the Bears. I mean, look,
Iowa Wi-Fi.
You are a long way from us. The speed of light and all. Yeah, I don't know. I'm kind of in. This game is intriguing to me.
It is, Ryan.
It's the football. It's the National Football League.
It's
Every
the
game's
National
intriguing.
Football, and when in doubt, home team on Thursday night. Still a pretty decent trend.
Double header for us today, Sean.
Yes, we will be. If you're watching live on YouTube, we will be back probably around 8:30 ish West Coast time to give you the NFL picks podcast. Appreciate J Mark calling into the show. Give him a follow on Twitter at JMarkFootball. Make sure you check out him and Miranda, co-hosts of Old Fashioned Football that you can get on the Sports Gambling Podcast Network fantasy football feed. Toss us a nice rating review, screenshot it, submit it via the SGPN app for your chance to win a $100 Merch Monday gift card.
Thank you for participating in the Sports Gambling Podcast.
For the Sports Gambling Podcast, I'm Sean, stacking the money green, and he is Ryan.
Sean, who wins, a Commander or a Mini Ditka?
Mini Ditka by 400. Kramer, let it ride.